Is NIO the one? Or are they just part of the Matrix? The EV industry has changed dramatically in the last year. Tesla has made it over the hump, and the stock has gone exponential to the moon. And, of course, that's great. And what that causes, though, is that a lot of people had FOMO. They missed out on the run, on the big Tesla run. Or they got in, but it was so expensive, you could only get a couple shares, or one if you're lucky. So everybody's been searching for the next Tesla, or the Tesla killer, or anyone who can even get close to Tesla. So I've been watching videos and reading articles and trying to find out as much as I can on NIO. So today I'm going to go over all that information, and if I think NIO is the one, or are they just stuck in the Matrix? So as I said, the entire world is watching very closely now the EV market. Everybody wants to get in on the next one and cash in, because EVs are here to stay. I mean, look at Tesla. They're going nuts. They're building factories XYZ. And even the SEC and short sellers, there were so many factors against Tesla because the fossil fuel industry did not want Elon Musk to win. They did not want Elon Musk to get a foothold. But they underestimated Elon, and he succeeded. The problem with that is it doesn't mean the rest of the EV industry is on par with Tesla. Take, for instance, Nikola. Everybody went nuts. Oh, it's going to be the next Tesla. And they were, Trevor Milton, the one-time CEO of that company, was boasting that, we have the best battery technology ever seen. Even though we had never seen it. We didn't see it. We never saw it. But nevertheless, people bought into it. And they literally bought into it. And the stock rose to $90, even though they weren't planning on releasing a car for at least another 1.5 to 2 years. And of course, slowly but surely, things weren't being explained, and suddenly this company came along called the Hindenburg, and they came out with many claims. The Hindenburg is a short-selling firm that basically finds out all the dirt on these companies and short sells them, and they make a lot of money. Well, they found out some good dirt on Nikola, and it all started with just the simple fact that even the semi-truck that they were trying to sell, even though it was supposed to be a hydrogen semi-truck, or they were going to make an electric one too, and they showed this great commercial and everything, but it turns out that commercial was faked. The truck didn't run. They pushed it up a hill, shoved it down the hill, shot the footage, and made it seem like they were driving. And when all this information came out about the company, this Trevor Milton guy kind of deleted his Twitter account and disappeared. And now the stock's going down, and GM might save them, they might not. They got caught in the wave of people wanting so badly to find another Tesla so they could make the money. However, at the same time, I was looking at other things. I was saying, well, there probably are going to be some EV manufacturers that make it. Nobody's going to compete with Tesla on their level. But Tesla the EV market isn't even 1% of all the cars in the world. So, we're early in the game. And I looked over at NIO and I said, well, right now, they're the only one that's actually producing a car and selling it. They're manufacturing a car and it's selling. I said, well, that's better than half of the people that are promising all these great competition that's coming. NIO just sort of snuck in and said, well, we're making cars. And I thought, oh, pretty good. I'll make a speculative play on this stock. So I got in at $3 because I wasn't distracted by Nikola. I was looking at real plays. But I made a speculative play. I didn't know much about NIO. And now that everybody's sort of finding NIO, it's like pushed the stock up to 40, it was up to 54, and they're about to report tomorrow their earnings. And everybody's wondering what's going on. So NIO started in 2014, and to date they've only produced about 50,000 vehicles. I'm sure by the end of the year that might be 70, but they're not really producing anywhere near the numbers of Tesla. So we are very early in this company. So as usual, I saw the stock being pushed up, and I thought to myself, well, is this really a company that is anywhere near what Tesla's doing? It made me seem more and more suspicious because everyone was just sort of like piling in. The great opportunity, come and get it. And I do think there's an opportunity there. So I think it's obvious, though, that NIO has been bumped up higher in its stock price because of Tesla. It's not really that NIO has burst onto the scene and has made some announcement and has got some great technology and XYZ. This is just a FOMO group, a swarm. It's a FOMO swarm. It's going around and it's just like, where can we go next? Nikola, we killed that one. Now it's like, where? NIO, and we're ascending on NIO. Whether or not they're really a good company, I would say it's not as good as we think it is. NIO does not manufacture their cars. You talk about not vertically integrated. There's a big one. There's another company that manufactures their own vehicles, and those probably come from OEMs also. I don't know, there's a big supply chain there. There's a big chain of what's happening there. To me, there's just more room for mistakes, less room for improvement, less room for quick updates, quick changes, modifications, innovation, technology. I don't think they're going to be as nimble as Tesla at all. Again, all this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want. You can listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. I would listen to many people and make your own decision. So right now, NIO only sells in China. That's it. I don't even think they ship their vehicles out. So that's a limited market. They have plans to move to other countries, but that plan is probably at least 2 years away. Now, China is the biggest market for EVs, so they're fine for now. And since the global EV market hasn't even reached 1% of all the autos sold, we're way early. So take that into account too. And it's a little bit of lack of transparency. I mean, come on, with Tesla, we know everything. As you know, we know a lot more than we do about NIO. Sure, there's some secret sauce things that they don't tell us. But come on, they laid out their whole battery chemistries, their whole plan for all the batteries. Whereas NIO, we don't know how their batteries are made. We don't know the chemistry involved. We've heard they're going to have a 100 kilowatt hour battery. Are they? What's the chemistry? Are they going to buy it from Panasonic? Where? We don't know. So you gotta look at this stuff, and you can't just go, it's gonna be fine, forget that. Hey, it's fine, you can forget it as long as you know it. I mean, for instance, have you heard of something called the Great Firewall of China? That's the Chinese government's internet censorship project, and that's what it's commonly called. And why do they call it that? That's because Google is banned in China, Netflix is banned in China, Facebook is banned in China, YouTube is banned in China, Twitter is banned in China, and Amazon just left. So the people of China don't even know the same things that we do. They don't have access to tweets. The CEO of NIO is not tweeting out information about NIO. So now I think NIO has a few other challenges to deal with. The whole battery swap thing is supposedly a new thing. Now obviously you can plug in and charge this thing. This battery swap thing seems like a great thing. It's only 3 minutes. Well, really 5 but to me that is a misnomer. Tesla didn't do it for a very good reason, and I think NIO's going to find out that Tesla was right. It's not a good idea. Why is it not a good idea? Well, for number one, you don't drive your own car into the stall. You have to park the car, get out. The guy, when he's ready, comes out, gets in your car, drives it, backs it in, has to do it just right. And then when he's all ready and everything's set, then he hits the button to do the battery change. And then you got 3 minutes. And still, I don't think it's quite 3 minutes, but that's okay. Let's call it 3 minutes. And then the guy has to prove that it's done and working. I don't know what he does. And then he gets in your car, drives it out, and you can drive off. But what if you were the second person in line? Well, now, by the way, that whole process is 15 minutes. I don't care what you say. It's 15 minutes. Okay, let's say it's 10. Let's give it a break. It's 10 minutes for the first one. What about the second one, though? Now, that guy's got 10 minutes tagged on. And I think you're not into 20. I think you're into 30 minutes at that point. But what if you're the third person in line? You're into 45 minutes and don't even think about a fourth or fifth person. So I'm like, well, this seems like a great idea right now. But what if NIO starts selling lots of cars and there's lots of people waiting? This thing's a little box with one stall. That is going to stall the whole process. So the stock, what about the stock? The stock's been going up. Everybody's been realizing it got up to $45, $54. And I was like, wow, maybe I should get in because this is it. Here it goes. It's off to the races. And then one company produced a short selling article that it should go to 25 and everything stopped. And it just shows you how nervous everybody was. You yourself, the investors themselves, are nervous about this company. We don't know enough about the company. To me, I'm tentative. I would like to get back in, but I don't know if I'm going to get a chance. I think no matter what happens, they're going to have another drop. Some other piece of news is going to drop, and they're going to go down. Now, what about earnings? I've heard multiple things. They're going to report every quarter. They've been reporting better earnings. And they're almost there to making a profit. But I've heard that they are going to report a profit this year, and it's going to be like, hallelujah, the stock's going to go. I've also heard, no, NIO's going to report a loss, and the stock's going to drop. I've also heard the stock's going to drop simply because we've already priced in the fact that they're going to make a profit, and that's why it ran up. And so it's going to be buy the rumor, sell the news. So the news of the earnings are going to come out, and it's going to be good, but it's going to drop because everyone else has already bought in. It's already been pushed up. Make your profits. And you don't understand. There's a lot of traders trading NIO. We're in it for the long term. So we're like, what do we do? Why is it going? What the heck is happening? We don't know enough about the company. We got a lot of short sellers bumping it up into massive volatility. If you're going to buy this thing, you're going to have to buy it and just go into hibernation mode and stop looking at the video, stop watching the thing, because it's going to make you more and more nervous. Now, again, I'm not trying to panic everyone. I'm just trying to say this is the reality. I'm an investor in NIO. And so I'm looking at all these things saying, how am I going to invest in the future? I'll tell you how I'm going to invest. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to watch closely. If things get hairy, and something goes on with China and the U.S., man, I'm out of that stock. You have no idea what could happen. The whole trading could be stopped on NIO. We don't know. Now, is there any good news that I'm going to give? Yeah, I'm going to give some major good news that I haven't heard anyone talk about. And you know what it is? In 2014, when NIO started, they started by becoming part of Formula E racing. They were involved in the inaugural first season of Formula E. Okay, that's pretty impressive stuff right there. And they've been doing it for 6 years. Now, I'm telling you, that's experience that I wanted to know. I need to know about that. That is a company now that has had great experience dealing with cars that are pushed to the limit of the battery usage, the limit of the electronics. That is something that is very valuable. And I actually rate NIO higher now because of that. So of the 6 years that NIO participated in the Formula E racing, I think one race of one season they may have placed second. And a lot of them are over 10th place and 16th and 19th place, so they didn't necessarily set the world on fire. But they still got valuable experience being part of it and trying to push those cars and tweak those cars. Now you got electronics that have to work at a split second or lives could be lost. That's valuable. And I value that highly. I would have bought more NIO stock at $3 had I known they were involved in e-racing, in Formula E. Now maybe everybody knows, and I was late to the game and I watched all the later videos, and the early videos had it, but I didn't see any. NIO will end up as a player in the market. I don't think they're ever going to catch Tesla. Nobody's going to catch Tesla. They've innovated so amazingly. Elon has done some genius moves, and this is why he made it. He made it in the face of all the adversity, in the face of all the naysayers. He did things that nobody was expecting. He reinvented manufacturing. I mean, I think everybody just assumed that you get some batteries and you get some motors and you put a normal car on the top of it, and it's pretty easy. And I think that's why it's easy for people to just jump from Tesla over to Nikola, over to NIO, over to Xpeng, over to, I can't even keep up with everybody that's trying to find the next cash cow Tesla. And I do think there's a lot of opportunity in the EV market. I'm not trying to downplay it. I think there are many opportunities. So there's money to be made, but be careful. So final question, is NIO the one? No, I'm sorry, but the only person who can be called the one is Elon Musk. He's the one. He's the one we're all scrambling to find another company for. He's the one that took the fossil fuel industry and is scaring it to death. He's the one that's bringing EVs into the forefront. He's made new innovations and inventions that have changed the way cars will be made forever. And there's going to be a lot of people that can't catch up, and they're going to fall. And that's too bad. But that's evolution. We are witnessing the evolution of the automobile. So subscribe, folks. Hit the like button. Come back. Watch more videos. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll catch you on the next one.